Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today, watching Big Bad Theory. This is the 21st episode of the 7th season. Hope you guys have been enjoying it so far. If you like today's full episode, it is available for the link in the description below. Just clicking it, put a password in, and enjoy. So last episode, Sheldon was having a midlife crisis. You know, back to one of the episodes where he's thinking, am I even going to be a successful physicist? You know, should I actually change course and directions and pick a new job? Or, like, should I stay on this path? You know, he found a geology book in his apartment that he didn't purchase. He feels like it's a lower end of the spectrum of scientists. You know, he feels like he's not even a real scientist for people who do the work there. However, on a drunk evening, he woke up in bed reading the book, and obviously he was upset and ashamed of himself. And he also figured out that he left Stephen Hawking multiple junk voicemails, which we heard at the end, which was quite funny. We also seen that Raj actually go on another date with his new girlfriend, which is really interesting. You know, it seems to be going really well, and you know, she seems to like him, and she's not got this kind of like awkward personality, and she just seems like she's just steady, normal person, which is good for him. Hopefully it brings his confidence out. But when he was double dating with Howard, you know, as she walks in the room, Hannah was saying to Bernadette, oh, I know her. And he was, you know, trying to like not make eye contact and, you know, like hide away. But after a couple of minutes sat down talking to each other, she realised where she's seen him from. And, you know, she recalled the story that they actually were supposed to go on a date together, them two, 4 years ago in the past. And Howard went to use her toilet in her, obviously, apartment and ended up clogging it, ruining it, and then getting off in the window. You know what I mean? He climbed through the window and just ran away and left her to deal with the consequences of a clogged up toilet and a ruined apartment. So, you know, it wasn't a good first meet for them. And obviously it was an embarrassing second one when he had to relay the story to everybody. He was then kind of laughing and using any type of innuendo joke to kind of poke fun at it when it come up at the table. So that was kind of fun as well, to be honest. And, you know, it was him that had a bad time, not Raj. His date seemed to be going well, so good stuff. Can't wait to see more of it. Thanks for checking out today's episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you do, please smash like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, let's jump into today's episode.
So, we're about to shoot this scene in the movie where the killer ape DNA is slowly taking over my body. But I realize they're gluing fur everywhere except my cleavage. So, I asked the director why, and he says it's important to the story that my boobs be the last things to turn ape.
It's sweet that he thinks there's a story.
In your professional opinion, which of these areas do you think is the most promising?
Well, I think there's some really innovative stuff going on in dark matter.
He's going to cross it off.
Helpful.
Yeah, I knew he was going to do that.
Trying too hard. You need to do something else. Get your mind off it.
Hey, how about we bring back Anything Can Happen Thursdays?
I officially reinstate Anything Can Happen Thursday.
Great. What do you want to do?
What do you want to do?
I don't know.
Starting to remember the problem with Anything Can Happen Thursdays.
What could we do that's fun? Oh, got it. We order a pizza.
Is that Stand Up
Okay,
Thursday?
you always do. Think
Yeah.
You're right. All right. I'll shake the brain bush one more time, see what falls out. There's a live-action role-playing group that meets every Thursday night in Griffith Park and reenacts battles from Lord of the Rings.
Why don't we just ease into this? You know, let's go for a walk and see if we find a new restaurant. Raj and Howard are at Howard's mom's, but should we call the girls and see if they want to come?
No, Bernadette's working late.
Amy's sick.
Oh, what's wrong with her?
Well, she talks a lot. She always wants to hold hands.
That's not what I meant.
Well, if you were referring to her illness, your question should have been what ails her.
Hey, thanks for coming to hang out.
No problem. How's your mom feeling?
Okay, but she'd feel better if she took her medicine. What do you feel like doing?
I was thinking we could watch a DVD. Actually, how do you feel about watching House of 1,000 Corpses?
A straight-up gore fest? You hate this stuff.
I do, but for some reason, Emily loves it and wants to watch it with me tomorrow, so I thought if I saw it with you first, then I could act cool about it with her. So, you'll watch it?
Sure.
You're a good friend. I owe you one.
They're going to crap it. Mate, I understand where he's coming from there because, you know, before I met my girlfriend, I never really watched any horror films. You know, not that I'm scared of them. It's just that my friends who I actually go cinemas with, like, I think they're scared of them, to be honest. So, like, it was never anything that we actually ever went to see. And then, obviously, I don't really have time to watch, like, full-on movies at home. It's usually if I was going out, like, socialising, and it'll just be action films or comedies. You know, nobody ever seen them. So, like, she's hardcore into him. Loves Chucky, loves, you know, The Conjuring. What's the other mad ones that they have? Annabelle, that franchise, you know what I mean? All of them. Is it The Nun? Sinister? Mate, I've watched them all now. But they're actually pretty decent. Like, it's a pretty good genre, if I do say so, you know. And I always thought that it would be scary, but they're not actually that scary. Most of the time, it's more like intriguing, and like you kind of like anticipating what's going to happen, and then like a bit of noise here, and you're like, ooh, noise there. Like there'll be a couple of jump scares. Let's be honest, you know, you can't watch every single horror film and not be scared at all. It's just like if you're watching it and it's loud and you're quiet and it does like a boom, you like you move, you know what I mean? That's where it gets you. Don't feel like anything ever on the screen actually scares you. In terms of like, if you watched it on mute, you'd be fine reading the subtitles. It's more because the sounds, you know, it'd be totally quiet and then plans would fall and it'd be like, oh, you know what I mean? Or like somebody appear behind them and the music, da-ding. But it's horrors are good. Sinister's pretty good, I actually like that, and The Conjuring, they're really good ones.
So we're just randomly choosing a restaurant without researching it online.
Hey, how about that Asian fusion place?
Fusion and Asians? I'm trying not to think about science.
Fuming.
Working late?
And Amy doesn't look sick. Amy and Bernadette. Amy and Bernadette. Why did you lie to us?
Murder, cannibalism, and satanic rituals are just a few of the 1,000+ horrors that await. All right, let's get this over with. Ew, it's got someone's hair on it.
Oh, yeah, you're gonna do great with this movie.
You're not working late. Why did you lie to me?
And Amy, you told me you were sick, but you look just as pale and tired as always.
Sorry, I just needed a break from hearing you obsess about what to do after string theory.
We kind of just wanted one night where we didn't have to hear about how miserable you are making this movie.
Come on, Sheldon.
Where are we going?
We're gonna have Anything Can Happen Thursday. You're gonna tell me all about your science stuff, and I'm gonna complain about my movie, and we're gonna support each other because that's what friends do.
Because if I had to pick now, I'd probably go with Dark Matter.
Shut up.
I don't know why Len's been left behind. He actually said he loved her.
What's wrong?
I don't understand my food. My mother would lock her car doors if she had to drive through this hodgepodge of ethnicity.
Do you think I've been complaining too much about the movie?
Yeah, but to be fair, when you talk, most of what you say sounds like wah 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 clothes.
Hey, I don't understand why you're not upset with Amy.
Much so that I'm gonna bring her here for dinner on our next date night.
Oh, in the last 20 minutes, we've seen a crazy woman kissing a fetus in a jar. We've seen a guy cut in half and sewn to a fish. Why does Emily like this stuff? Do you think there's something psychologically wrong with her?
She did say she liked cutting people up.
Hey.
What do you mean?
Oh, come on, you could have a freezer full of ex-boyfriend's body parts and you'd still go out with her.
I feel so bad about lying to Sheldon. How am I gonna make it up to him?
Tell you what I do with Howard, but I don't think dressing up like a Catholic schoolgirl is gonna work with Sheldon.
Did you lie to Howard about tonight?
Of course.
And you don't feel guilty about it?
Between Penny's gorilla movie and Howard's gorilla mother, I had no choice.
Hey, maybe the answer to your career question is in one of these.
Penny, there's only one cookie with something in the middle that solves life's problems, and that's an Oreo. This is Asian fusion. And for all you know, there's a tiny chihuahua in here.
People turn to you for guidance and wisdom. Yeah, that's a good one.
Turn to you for wisdom? Clearly that cookie is mocking you. Have you ever paid for a meal?
Not with money. Read.
Your warm and fun-loving nature delights those around you.
Yep, try again.
I thought it was going to be some scientific breakthrough for him.
So, he kills this girl's father, cuts off the guy's face, and is wearing it as a mask while he makes out with her.
Why can't I be in a relationship with a girl who likes the sound of music?
Hey, Penny, what's up?
Oh, is she going to tell him?
No, Bernie's working late. Thanks for telling me. I'm having sex with a Catholic schoolgirl tonight.
Yes, he loves it.
If I wanted to waste my time on nonsense, I'd follow Leonard on Instagram. Oh, that's a lot of incense.
To be honest, I've always said that I don't really trust these guys, you know, like the mediums that you go in or whatever, and like they tell you stuff, but in situations, I would believe it if I walked in off the street like them and just walked straight in, unannounced, off the whim, just like, oh, there's a store, let's go in. Hi, I'm Sheldon. And then they like, bang, 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 tell me stuff about my life. I'd be like, oh, well, yo, that's decent. You know what I mean? Like, the fact is, you couldn't research me, you didn't know I was coming here. It was just whimmed, boom, in, and you're getting some stuff right. That's when I'd be interested.
Okay, it's true. I'm sorry. I'll see you at home. Yeah, I'll put it on.
weird, right?
Yeah, we should do it more often.
Oh no, I mean, this is weird right now.
She got Sheldon to go to a psychic with her.
A psychic? He considers them not just mumbo jumbo, but extra jumbo mumbo jumbo. Can I confess something? Once in a while, I get a little jealous of how close Penny and Sheldon are. Don't get me wrong, I'm glad they're friends. I just wish he'd be that comfortable around me already.
I gotta go. Penny ratted me out. FYI, she's getting you a watch for your birthday with money she took out of your wallet.
Isn't it? Sneaking $5 out every week or something, you never know. And also, the reason why Penny and Sheldon are kind of close is Penny forces him to do things. Like, if you actually look at it, he wouldn't want to go in that restaurant, she forced him in there. He wouldn't have wanted to open that fortune cookie, she forced him to do it. He wouldn't have gone in to see that, what are they even called? Mediums? I don't even know, like, it's like, I forgot what they called, but like, she forced him in there to do it. You know what I mean? Not force like, I've got a gun to your head, do it now. But it's more like, come on, just push you through the door. Come on, Sheldon, stop being silly. Pushed him through. You know, he's talking about his work before. Oh, yeah, right now I'll talk about that matter. Just be quiet. I don't want to talk about it. Do you know what I mean? Like, Sheldon is the type of person that, like, you have to kind of boss around because you treat him, this is a perfect way, you treat him as if he's your kid. We've seen it many a times. Do you remember when Penny and him and Leonard nearly broke up and he was spending time with Sheldon and bringing him in, taking him to Disney and stuff and in the games? He didn't want to do things. Well, do this, do that, go to your room, do that. I'll buy you this toy. Okay. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's how you treat Sheldon. If Amy learns that she has to kind of boss him and be the alpha, you know, do you know what I mean? Sometimes she's kind of like she just kind of rocks with Sheldon and what he does and what he likes. But like, if she told him, no, we're doing this, we're going there, we're eating here, he would probably go for it.
Before we begin, I'd just like to say there is absolutely no scientific evidence to support clairvoyance of any kind. No insult intended, but you're a fraud. Your profession is a swindle, and your livelihood is dependent on the gullibility of stupid people.
Your spirit guides are telling me that there's a woman in your life you're having problems with.
I'm clearly an annoying person. I have problems with both genders.
That is true.
I'm seeing a specific woman that you're in a romantic relationship with. Does she have dark hair?
Yes, your spirit guides are on fire.
Does she work in a similar field to you?
Yeah, the opposite. She's a neurobiologist and I'm a theoretical physicist.
He should give himself to this relationship. Once he does, all his other pursuits will come into focus.
You know what this is? Yeah, and I reserve this word for those rare instances when it's truly deserved. This is malarkey.
Really struck a nerve. I've never heard him use the M word before.
House of 1,000 corpses.
Now, just so you know, I was a nanny for 3 years, so if you get scared, I can totally change your diaper.
Last night I watched it just to see what I was getting myself into.
Okay.
And I have to be honest, I thought it was disturbing and weird.
They kind of turned me on.
And play.
I didn't expect you this evening.
Well, I was just feeling so bad about lying to you the other night. I wanted to make it up to you.
Taking a leaf out of Bernadette's book.
Unless you have gravity on Blu-ray under that skirt, I don't know where you're going with this.
Mate, she tries so hard, doesn't she? She's literally took a leaf out of Bernadette's there, saying that, you know, when she does something, she goes home and she dresses up for Howard. He loves it, you know what I mean? Straight away as well, as soon as Penny kind of grassed her up, you know, he's on the phone. Yeah, sure, I'll wear it. You know, it's going to be interesting, though, to see what can happen. Anything can happen as well, Thursdays. You know, it would have been interesting to see them get a bit closer. But he did go and see, did they call it the clairvoyant? And she did kind of give some correct information. Well, let's be honest, she did give correct information. She said that he's having trouble at work, he's got a girlfriend, you know, she's kind of upset with him or whatever. So he needs to give himself, get closer to her, do you know what I mean? And go kind of all in with Amy. She didn't obviously name drop, so like obviously if I was kind of there, I would listen, I would take it on board, but like until, do you know what I mean? It's like a generic broad stroke. They kind of play on your reaction, so they'll say something and you're like, yes, and like, oh yeah, and she is a girl, oh yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, and they go into it, but in the context of it, she was correct, she was saying it, and I do feel like he should be going all in with Eamon, because once he does, again, feel like maybe it's like, you ever done something in life where you didn't really realise it, but once it's done, you're like, wow, weight's off my shoulders, mate, honestly. Like, I did not know that pressure was there, but now it's gone, I feel so good. I feel like that's the situation. I feel like once he gets around that boundary of him and Amy getting close and intimate with each other, and it not just being a general topic for everybody to discuss, because it is, you know what I mean? Amy's kind of always wanting it. They're always kind of like, will they, won't they? You know, the gang are always looking and interested and waiting. Like, once it's out there, it's done, it's dusted, and it's behind them, then I feel like it'll just be plain sailing moving forward. There's friction between them, sexual tension, that's what it is. And once that's out the way, I feel like everything could change for the better, even though it's not worse now. You know what I mean? Everything's still decent now, but I feel like, you know, it's a weight that they can't see, that once it's done, it's gone, and I'll be interested to see it when it happens. Okay, that's going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Now, Raj, you know, happy for him. He seems to be in a relationship that's going well. It's probably the best relationship that he's been in so far, which is really good. I don't know if the show are going to introduce another female into it. I don't know. I feel like the balance is good, but it wouldn't be disruptive if they added another one in. You'd have 4 guys, 4 girls. It would work totally fine. You know, because he's the only one that's kind of left out. And I don't see why it couldn't work with him and a female counterpart when it works with everybody else and it doesn't really, you know, feel weird. You know what I'm saying? But, like, she seems like, I wouldn't say strange. That's not the right word. But she seems like she's going to be interesting, if that's the best way to say it. Just the little things that have been dropped in here and there, the little sayings, the, you know, the weird kind of things that she's into. It's going to be interesting to see if how Raj reacts with it, and if the relationship's going all right, because obviously they've just said that they watched these films, you know, they're cutting people up. This somebody's just chopped some guy's dad's face off, put it on, and then made out of his daughter. So, like, she's making out with her dad's dead face. You know, that's random and weird in itself. But then to come out and actually say, yo, this turns me on, that's even weirder. It honestly really is. And then if you take it to fact that, you know, last episode or the one before, she was mentioning that the reason why she's in the position and doing the work that she does is because she likes actually stabbing people and she gets paid to do it, and it's not one that people actually judge her for. It's like, okay, that is a pretty funny statement, and it's kind of interesting, but it's also a bit like, should I watch it? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's going to be interesting to see what actually happens. I feel like it's just going to be okay, and she's not actually going to be a crazy weird person. Everybody has their own little things that they're into, and I just feel like, obviously, because hers is so obscure and so kind of, like, strange to the normal person, like, you know, it's kind of highlighted, and it's going to be exciting to see them progress and grow. Now, if I'm going to have to go out on a whim and do a call, you know what I mean, and state it, I feel like their relationship's not going to last, just because it's Raj and just because the way the show treats him. But if I could pick it, I would like it to last at least a season or so that we can keep a recurring character, a happy Raj, and just see a different side to his personality. So that would be my choice. Thanks for checking out today's episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please smash a like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.